This is a book that I've written, which is hundreds of tips, many of what we're talking about today and some others. And it happens to be in the front of the book, so if you own a book and you don't ever have to forget, it's right here about how you hang your closet. Then I would want to make sure that you organize your closet by items. So you would put shirts together, knits together, jackets together, pants together, shorts together, and so forth, and color your things within those items. Once your closet is organized that way, you can move through and shop in your own closet, and it can work really, really easily and fabulously. The next thing that you want to make sure is you have to have certain items in your closet so that life is easy. And one is just a simple little pair of scissors. I want you to have them at your makeup station. I want you to have them in your closet. Because something comes back from the cleaners and you have to cut the tag off. You buy something new and you have to cut the tags off. You've washed your white little dickie and there's now some strings, so you have to cut the strings off. You will find that time and time again, you're going to need the scissors. So I would suggest spend a couple bucks and have a pair of scissors right in your closet. Another thing you want to have is the black magic marker. I use this mainly for writing on my shoe boxes. Now, I keep shoes in a hanging bag, so some of them are opened. I keep some under some of my clothes in an under bag, but I do keep many things on shelves in boxes, and so I will write on those, and I always want my permanent magic marker. Maybe this is my best friend. This is a roll of masking tape. It's 1 inch, and when you purchase it, and I recommend you all put it on your list when you're shopping, that it be a good brand, because the good brand has more stickiness. You know, they have some lesser expensive ones, but spend an extra buck, it's really worth it. Okay, so what do I use this for? One of the things that I'm going to use it for is to keep that scarf in place. So I'm going to just cut a tear. You don't have to cut, you don't need your scissors for this. You tear a little piece of masking tape and put the stickiness to the outside in a ring. Now, by the way, masking tape sticks to skin, and it also sticks to fabric. But it comes off easily, and it doesn't hurt either one. So it's just the most perfect thing to have. But if you are doing this, and you want to make sure that that scarf is going to stay where you want it, I will put the piece of, oh, this one, I made this a little bit big, so we'll just cut it down. Okay, but I'm going to put this under the knot, okay, and then put it wherever you want it on your shoulder and stick it down. Now I'm squeezing it pretty good. Now that will stay. Can't see it, okay? Now when you're wearing this, avoid wearing your handbag on this side, because you know you'll kind of move it, all right? So just be cognizant and think about it and wear your strap over here. But that's a wonderful thing to do with your masking tape. Another thing is, if you're wearing these things with collars, sometimes when you open the neck like this and the collar doesn't sit exactly right, we'll take little tiny pieces of masking tape and just make a little ring and slip it underneath the collar and then put it where you want it. So let's say here that we're going to open this neckline, and I want it to stay open because I want to show the necklace, okay? I'm going to just put the piece of masking tape right underneath the collar here, okay? And then put it where I want it. And squeeze it down, and it will stay there, and you'll just look fresh the whole day long, and you've just cheated a little bit, but it's from the masking tape. Masking tape can also be used if you're wearing belts and maybe the end is a little bit too long. Put a roll of masking tape and stick down the end. That happens to work well. Also, when you're traveling, always put this in your suitcase when you're traveling, because you're going to need it for something or another, either for you or your husband. This is probably the greatest lint grabber that you could ever find. You don't need to carry anything else. You saw what I did. I just pulled the masking tape out. I made the sticky side now on the outside, and you can just roll it over your clothes, and it picks up the lint, and it works fabulously. And then last minute, the other reason that you want to have this in your bag is, suppose you have a hem coming down. Happened to a lot of us, right? Well, you just take a little piece of masking tape and you just hem with it. It works perfectly. No one will ever know, and you're ready for whatever it is that you're going to. All right, moving on. Next is number 18, rubber bands. Now, would you stand up, please? Thank you. Okay, I don't know how you're keeping your sleeves up here today. You're not. But now she can, okay? These number 18s work pretty much with every body. I just put it over the top of the sleeve. I'll make certain that I make a roll over the rubber band. So you kind of cover it up, and then you just push it wherever you would like the sleeve, and it will stay there. And that's comfortable, isn't it, Toto?
Very.
Okay, let's do the other one too. Why not?
Very nice.
And then you really don't have to worry about it because they will stay there. And here's an extra one in case you lose it, okay? Yes. Oh, and she's using rubber bands on the tuck to keep up her knee highs. The elastic must have gone a little bit haywire, so that's a very good idea as well. Okay, you always need a wastebasket in your closet, and you also need a head cover. How many of you have ever used or do use a head cover? Anybody? Oh, good, quite a few of you. You can buy this at Sally Beauty Supply if you don't own one. This is absolutely wonderful. After you've done your hair and face and you don't have your clothes on yet, you just stick this right over your head, just like this. You zip it, and you pull your clothes over the top, or be sure to also use it then when you're taking your clothes off. Because many times people will get makeup around their neck, and this just solves it all. Okay, it's. Oh, after I took it off? Okay, so I'm saying that you would use it to put your clothes on, and then you would also use it to take your clothes off, so that you don't get makeup or anything around the ring. And you see what this also does is hold your hairstyle. You know, once you have this on, you can pull on and off, even turtlenecks. It's really terrific. And have one in the car so that when you're shopping, you can be kind to the stores. And, you know, when you're trying on turtlenecks, you're not going to leave makeup all over their clothes, which is very nice. Okay, you need 2 spray bottles. One is filled with water. Now, I wore this pant yesterday, but I didn't sit long enough. I guess I was kind of busy, so I didn't get very many wrinkles in it. But there are some, okay? In general, what you do when you take your clothes off, particularly a pant, hang it on a hanger like this and flat, and wherever there are wrinkles, oh good, there's some back here too. Okay, so you spritz it. This is just water, but you have to have a nice bottle so that it sprays just like I was doing. And then what you want to do with pants that have creases in them, you want to take the pant off and you want to hang it by its creases so that you're letting it dry with the creases, and the wrinkles will be gone. If you remind me at the end, we'll go back and look. Sometimes I forget with this, but you could remind me. And then whenever and you do this with blouses, with your jackets, you do it, you know, a lot of times when we're sitting with the jacket, we have wrinkles in the back. Well, open up the jacket and spritz a little bit on the inside as well. Then you just have to make sure that you hang this someplace to dry, that you don't put it in the closet right away until morning. So if you can hang it over the edge of your shower, you can hang it over a door, and men should use this for their pants as well. You will save so many cleaning bills. It's amazing how this works. It doesn't like that spot, does it? Yes, it doesn't. Okay, then the next, by the way, who's not used this before? Diana, you can have this bottle. Okay, you can come get it afterwards, all right? Okay, the next bottle that you need in your closet is with a spotter. This is spray and wash in this little bottle, so that whether it's you or your husband, when you get the spot on your clothes during that day, remember before you throw it in the wash just to spritz it. And then you don't have to think about it when you go do your wash. It'll have set there and the spots will come out. Who has not used this trick before?
I thought that when you spray it and then you let it sit.
It works perfectly. The question was, if you spray it and let it sit, will it have spots or will it not work? I do it all the time, and it works fabulously. Now, by the way, I'm going to go back to the water for just one other thing, because I wasn't real clear that you really can use this on any fabric. Now, people would say, oh, but it's silk. I can't do it on silk. Well, just don't do it so that it's saturated. But if you saw what I did, I just spritz, do it far enough away. It works on silk, linen, mixes, whatever. It is the wools, whatever it is just really magic, okay? And the lady that asked the question, you can have the spray and wash afterwards, okay? Okay, let's talk next about getting a spot when we're going to have questions at the end. Would you just write it down, please, and then we'll go over all those.